Hi, it's Nico Apostle with the Apostle Group at Keller Williams, Chicago, Lincoln Park, here to talk to you about something very important today. How many of you have considered what to do when disaster strikes? It is so important to create a plan for what you and your family would do in case of the unexpected. This year, we've had more than our fair share of disasters across the country. 4 different hurricanes so far. We've had wildfires in the West Coast. We've had flooding right here in Illinois and southern Wisconsin. And so it begs the question, what do you do when disaster strikes? When I was down in Texas helping with the relief effort, I met these families in Houston, and they looked at us just with wide eyes and amazed, thinking, thank God you're here. Thank you so much for helping us, because we literally did not know what to do. They only had a few hours notice to be able to pack up what they needed to and move out of the house and go somewhere. So here are my tips and my ideas for helping you and your family get ready in case disaster strikes, because you never know when that will happen to you. Okay, number one is there's amazing resources online. If you look to ready.gov and the American Red Cross, both of those websites have outstanding resources for making a checklist, creating a plan for your family, having an idea of what you need to be doing, and then setting up a time to practice. We have daylight savings time coming up here shortly, the end of daylight savings time. And that's a good reminder. We used to say to everybody, it's a good reminder to check the batteries in your smoke detectors. But maybe it's also a great time of year to be able to practice your plan with your family twice a year, just so they're ready when something happens. So, next tip, think about what's really important. Maybe some of the things have some sentimental value and are irreplaceable, but most of the other things in your house, really, what is it that you absolutely need to have with you as you move forward? And make sure that you have a checklist of those things handy when you need to grab them and go. Anything that you have that might be valuable should be sealed in a plastic or a metal airtight container to protect against smoke, fire, and water. If it's something that's important like financials or other personal information, make sure that you have it in a way that's portable, that you can grab it and go, and it's not just buried in a pile or in a file drawer somewhere. Next tip, have a place to go. Pick 1 or 2 or 3 preset places where you know that if there's a disaster, you are going to grab these things, get in the car, and go to this location. Make sure that that location has a means of communicating with family and friends. Next tip, make a list of family and friends who should know where you are and plan to communicate them with via email, text, and phone, or however else you're going to do it. It's important to let those who care about you know that you're okay. Facebook is a great way to check in and say when you're okay. But beyond that, you should have a short list of people who care about you and who you care about who should know where you are. Make sure you're contacting that list. So that's the idea. It doesn't have to be a giant natural disaster. I mean, a couple of years ago, the barbecue tipped over on the back porch on Wrightwood and it burned down 4 or 5 homes. What are you going to do when you don't have a lot of notice? Make sure that you have that plan and stick to it. That's my best advice for you this week. Hope you have an awesome week and enjoy the beautiful fall we're having here in Chicago. If you need to reach me, here's my information.